Are Urdu and English pure languages? Linguists argue that no language in the world is entirely devoid of loanwords. Hello and welcome to Learning Linguistics. I am Yamna, and on this channel you will find exciting videos about the fundamental domains of linguistics, which I have been taught while doing my masters in linguistics. This video will be based on the concept of linguistic borrowing, along with an analysis of some loan words taken into Urdu and English languages. The phenomenon of linguistic borrowing will be demonstrated through exploring the linguistic landscape of the main roads of Karachi, also known as the City of Lights, a multilingual city and a financial hub of Pakistan. Now let us look at the definitions first. Linguistic borrowing. People very frequently take a liking to some of their neighboring country words and take those words over into their own language. As far as linguistic landscape is concerned, linguistic landscape has been described as the scene where the public space is symbolically constructed. Linguistic landscape functions as a symbolic marker communicating the relative power and status of linguistic communities in a given territory. The road signs, names of sites, streets, buildings, places, institutions, advertising, billboards and commercial shop signs comes under the category of linguistic landscape. One thing which I would like to add here, and I want you to know before moving on to the examples, is that the national language of Pakistan is Urdu, but English is often used as a second language in the country. The languages of the domains of power, government, corporate sector, media and education are English and Urdu, as the state's policies have favored these two languages at the expense of others. Therefore, besides Urdu written graphic displays, you will be seeing English and Romanized linguistic landscapes as well. In the first photograph, there is an advertisement that is promoting coffee, a newly launched product of an American multinational fast food brand. The promotional signage has been placed at Sharai Faisal, a boulevard used by a large number of people for a daily commute. Thus, the placement of an advert on a busy road reflects advertisers' aim to attract a large number of consumers. On the other hand, coffee exists as a loan word in the English language, as it has been borrowed from Dutch language. This is a location signage which is also located at Sharai Faisal. These signs are generally placed by the local government, while their purpose is to convey information about the forthcoming places to the locals and tourists. Therefore, the name of the places is written in Urdu along with Roman transliteration. But among these places, the National Stadium and airport do not belong to Urdu vocabulary and apparently seem English words, but they are not. The origin of the word national is French, while stadium is the loan translation of a Greek word stadion, whereas airport is a French lexeme. The next image portrays the billboard of a shop. The name written on the billboard can be pronounced as Darzi, which means tailor, who sews clothing. This lexeme is commonly used in the Urdu language, but it has been Romanized here. Darzi is also a loan word that has been borrowed from the Persian language. But besides being a loan word, another aspect that this linguistic landscape embodies is the power dynamics of the English language. The shop is situated at Tariq Road, an area where the upper class of the city resides, most specifically which prefer to speak in English and are reluctant to communicate in their national language. Therefore, Roman transliteration can be considered as an attempt to access such customers. The globally famous South Asian cuisine, chicken biryani, also involves lexical borrowing. This lexeme chicken biryani written in Urdu in the picture is not part of the Urdu vocabulary of a German lexeme, whereas biryani is derived from the Persian language. This is not a train, but a unique cafe constructed like a train at I.I. Chundigarh Road in Karachi. The name of the cafe exemplifies linguistic borrowing as well. Cafe has its origin in French. Likewise, bogie has been borrowed from Northern English. The next one portrays a blue store signage on the left, which is conveying information about the typing services of a shop that provides Urdu and English typing facilities to the customers. Significantly, there are 4 lexemes written in Urdu orthography in the signage, but each of them carries a borrowing history. So Urdu and English are those 2 lexemes around which this entire discussion revolves. Now, through this particular linguistic landscape, we have got a chance to explore their origin. Urdu is borrowed from the Persian language. Similarly, English is a German word. Apart from that, the other 2 words are computer and typing. Now here I have a quick exercise for you. I want you to do some research about the remaining 2 words so that you can also get acquainted with the approach to linguistic borrowing. This is an advertisement billboard publicizing a product of a Pakistani multinational poultry and frozen food company. The product is a chicken stock cube, a small block of highly concentrated chicken broth that is generally used in recipes as a substitute for liquid chicken stock. The word is again not part of the English lexicon as it has been borrowed from the Dutch language. It is the last linguistic landscape captured from one of the main roads of Karachi. The green colored board on the right side is a directional signage indicating the beginning of a cantonment town. The 3 words are borrowed as cant is an abbreviation of cantonment, a word borrowed from the French word canton. Limit has its origin in Latin. Begin has been borrowed from Dutch language. Undoubtedly, the most conspicuous type of language change is the appearance of new words. When a new word appears in the language, there will be an occasion on which you hear it for the first time. And you may well notice that you have just heard a new word and remember the occasion. Depending on your context, you may perhaps remember the first time you heard somebody mention quarantine or 5G or groove or meme or Karen. But have you ever tried to think about their origins? Alright, I'm going to wrap up here. Thank you for joining me. If you like my presentation, do share it and do subscribe. All the best. Take care.